everybody. Another week, another Thursday. I don't know where the time goes. Everybody's going to get settled in now. Well, thanks for joining another session of Open Diner. Again, I don't know where the weeks go, but we have a great topic this week. Tonight is called Embracing Change. You know, life is changing so quickly lately. Not knowing what's ahead of us can be very stressful, as you can tell, or just plain scary. So today we're going to talk about how can we not just go through changes, but be the change, be part of this creative process or a metamorphosis. So this is a camera zone event. So if you could kindly turn on your camera, if you don't have it on now, that would be great. We find that it helps us connect to each other and it gives you the opportunity to fully benefit from this event. There are some activities that we're going to do tonight that require having the camera on. We're going to see that in order to go through a change most effectively, we need to connect with others. And by having these cameras on and seeing each other, we can help with that. So first, we're going to start off with the hosts tonight. I'm one of the hosts. My name's Roberta. I'm from Long Island, New York.
I'm Carl. I'm from Florida.
I'm Linda from New York.
Thanks, guys. So just to go into last week, last time we spoke about the fact that all problems in the world right now are related. They are not individual or random that we usually think they would be. They are symptoms of one problem, which is our egotistical attitudes to others and nature. You know, everything in the universe works together harmoniously. All parts are intertwined. Everything in the natural world is connected. Human beings are the only ones that constantly disrupt the balance due to our egotistical attitudes towards others by exploiting the earth and each other. At this point, we have been in the pandemic for about 2 years. There are all kinds of environmental concerns now, social, political, economic unrest. I mean, I could go on and on and on. All of these have pretty much upended our established order. All the things that we grew up with is, out the window. We never know what's going to happen. Many of us had to adjust quickly as life threw us all curveballs in our social lives, at home, work, and all other areas of our life. And just when we think, we got accustomed to it, it changes again in the blink of an eye. We never know what's going to happen. And just to tell you a nice quick quote, I don't know if you heard of George Bernard Shaw. He said, "Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything." Another great quote, "Change is the only constant in life. One's ability to adapt to those changes will determine your success in life." And that's by Benjamin Franklin. All believe it or not, all changes are positive. It's hard to believe that. Nature is giving and loving, and everything that transpires is for our own good. Sometimes we can't see the positive in every situation right away. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I want to add, we have to be mindful of the downside of the pandemic. There's many people who have died and people who are sick. There's been great suffering endured by those who have lost loved ones, especially their jobs, and those whose lives have been disrupted most painfully. There's still lots of division between people who believe in the vaccine, those who don't believe in the vaccine, those who believe in the mandates, and those who believe in free choice, those who still want to wear masks and those who don't want to wear the masks. The diversity it's crazy out there. We're not denying any of that, yet all of these seemingly negative things are also purposeful. We can't really see it. At the same time, there have been many upsides to the pandemic, which unfortunately occurred in this painful manner. For example, the pandemic has led to increased awareness of the importance of public health. The pandemic has shown us how much work can be done remotely without having to be in an office. And we don't have those unnecessary expenses of the office space. As we adapted to the social distancing rules and other restrictions, we also learned that we spend too much time, hassle, and fossil fuel traveling from place to place, when often the exchange of information and connection can just as easily be accomplished virtually, right? Like we're doing right now. I would love for us all to be in a physical diner together, but This is good. This is really good. So teaching and learning has also been transformed as well. The creative use of features like chats, breakout rooms, collaborative workspaces have shown where remote teaching can actually be better. Classes can be open to students across various geographical locations, and experts, they're brought in from around the world to teach virtually. In a way, we've collapsed time and space. And it's really revealed new opportunities. We've learned that, well, we've learned to build institutions and procedures that will allow us to handle the next pandemic more effectively. Pandemics also uncover social diseases. Through this COVID-19, we've uncovered certain social inequity and social challenges that we might otherwise not have addressed in a timely way. The pandemic has unleashed creativity. It has increased empathy. It increased collaboration and realization of this new era in which we're all connected. It's teaching us to what extent we are connected and dependent on each other, not just for our health, but in every area of life. Changes can be scary sometimes, but ultimately, they always push us to a greater good. That's how nature works. It's always getting us to advance to a greater good.
That's for sure, Paul. Well, a lot of wisdom said there, and we're going to go into this evening. Just a quick reminder. This is a camera zone event, like I said earlier. If you could turn on your cameras, that would be great. We find it helps to connect with each other. If you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube, welcome. Please tell us your name, where you're from, participate, answer the questions in the comment, and our great friend Linda will try to read them when we if we have time, which I'm sure we will find time. So please comment. Let's stay on topic. Us here, everybody over there. Please remember to keep your answers short because we want to try to get to everyone. And remember to mute your microphone when you're not speaking. So that's just the reminders. Now we're going to do a fun icebreaker. And the form of this is going to be popcorn style. So picture popcorn when you put it in the pan. It just, when it's ready, it pops. So there'll be no order. We won't speak over each other. Like popcorn usually goes crazy. But so when you're ready to speak, unmute yourself, pop, speak, and then close your mic and someone else will pop up. So this is going to be the idea and question for the evening for the icebreaker. It's fun. Imagine you're an alien who's looking at our planet for the first time. What would you tell your fellow aliens about the way we live on our life on Earth? Is there anything that you would find strange or counterproductive to being happy, maybe? For example, maybe you would tell your fellow aliens, I can't believe they use the smarts and the technologies they have, all these advances, and they create guns and weapons of mass destruction. Instead of working together to solve problems, they sometimes destroy each other, like wars. That's crazy, right? Or maybe you'd say, it's so strange that these people, they go to school on Earth for years and for learning all kind of formulas and equations, and they learn nothing about how to coexist along with each other to live happily. So that's just two examples. I'm sure we could come up with many right now. So whoever would like to be an alien from some other planet, describe to your other friend there in Nebula somewhere, what do you think of us being Earthlings? What is some weird things we do here that's counterproductive of being happy?
Well, I'm Mork from Ork, and all I can say, Nanu Nanu. All I can say is that it looks like this planet would be in much better shape if it wasn't for all the humans destroying it.
Yeah, I'll add to that. Nanu Nanu, by the way, Gary. Yeah, we keep integrating everything. We're becoming more integrated. We've integrated, whatever banking and all the industrial systems, but yet we're getting, kind of prepared to blow each other up. This is probably not a good idea.
I was going to say,
What are these people using all these screens for? Why aren't they just talking to each other?
Yeah. Excuse me. I'd like to really go down and, talk to these earth dwellers, but I'm afraid they're going to think I'm so different. I look at them and they're in little groups, they're not all together talking. I'm afraid they blow us up.
They're looking at their phone, at these devices all day long, these square devices, just looking down at them all the time, and they don't look each other in the eye. It's so strange.
I could add. They're there, they're living in this one planet that's hanging by a thread or just in the middle of nowhere, and they're ruining the only space they have. And yet we have a beautiful place. They have a beautiful planet there, but yet they want to go to a solar system elsewhere that's dirt. Can you explain that? These people are a little wacky, eh?
Yeah, I know. It's so strange. The planet is so beautiful, vast, and has so many beautiful places, but they prefer to live on top of each other without any green spaces. And the best part, from rivers and oceans, basically divided by highways. You can't even go there. Try to cross this. It's really mind-boggling.
And the planet is so beautiful, naturally beautiful, yet they're throwing their waste everywhere and destroying the planet and killing animals that eat this waste afterwards. Amazing.
And people look like each other, like they are all relatives, and they treat each other as strangers. They're just strange.
I see we have some new friends that join, Maureen and David. If you'd like to turn on the cameras, that would be great. I'm sure you're getting the gist of it, where aliens from another planet describing how Earthlings act. Yeah, Natalia's got the things going on her head, describing how we do not get along and work, together and be happy. We're working against each other. So we're discussing that. If you'd like to join in, that would be great. So let's continue. Let's talk more about these Earthlings.
I don't know. I can't find any intelligent life here.
Scotty,
Tell them
beam
to
me
go to
up.
Open Diner.
Scotty, beam me up. Get me out of here.
We're a species where, we only take what we need for survival. It looks like I see that one couple down there. They're living in a 52-room house with a huge pool. They have like 12 cars. What do they need all that for?
And I'm looking at them as well, and they're not even happy. If you really look at it, most of the creatures on this planet are relatively happy and rest. These guys, they just keep moving around and doing crazy stuff.
And yet I see people who don't have a home. They're homeless.
There are others who don't have anything to eat, while others are throwing out so much food that it can feed a whole country.
It's also kind of weird how they have a tendency to have a fence around everything they own.
Nobody else wants to put Earthlings in its place here?
Yeah, I can add something. I don't know if somebody else said it, but I can't believe that these billionaires are traveling out to space instead of saving their only inhabitable planet.
Wait, Paula, did one of them just launch his car into space? What? That's their leader? That's one of their leaders, I think.
He's coming to you, Dan. In a ship soon. Well, do we have anything more to add? Maybe we'll continue or we'll move on.
We're all speaking different languages. Why are those Earth people speaking different languages? What's going on there?
Very good. True.
And even if they speak the same language, they don't seem to hear each other or understand where the other one is coming from.
And I peeked in on one of their schools and listened to their education, and they don't have anything, no education about how to get along and relate to one another in a good way.
And they have a pandemic disease going around to everyone, and yet they can't agree on how to help themselves.
Or share the medicine.
I think their kids are very intelligent. You can see little kids, they play together. It doesn't matter language. They don't care about, what the other friend is doing. So maybe they should reverse. Maybe they should start learning from those, little creatures, how to get together, how to accept each other.
Yeah, and they come home at night and they put these things on the wall. I don't know, they're flat, and these are people there and they're listening to them, and then they watch it for hours and they get in all kind of fear and scared, and they're watching these gods or something on this TV. I don't know what they're doing over there.
Oh, look, I see they're broadcasting the show called Open Diner. It looks like they actually have a clue. Wow, let's watch this for a little while.
All right. That sounds good, right? Well, I think we put down Earth enough, and that now we're here. Let's see what we can do this evening with our thoughts on ourselves. But so what did we actually learn from doing this exercise? We could see that just because something is accepted, it doesn't mean that it's the best or the only way of doing something. And we could see that there's plenty of room for change, especially when we hear it from aliens that look like Earthlings on a show that's kind of on Zoom. So everything, we're going to have a good time tonight, and I'm going to hand it over to Carl.
Yeah, we're going to watch a video. This is from a documentary that we did watch on Open Diner at one time. It's called Crossroads, Labor Pains of a New Worldview. And if you'd like to watch the full movie, we're going to post it. It's a YouTube video, and it explores the depths of the current human condition and the emergence of a worldview that's recreating our world. So let's watch it. It's a great video.
What is going on?
So I say, look inside a caterpillar that's growing.
And a caterpillar represents, let's say, 7 billion cells living under the same skin. Each cell is a citizen.
And guess what? They're like people like us. They're working every day. Cells in the digestive system are taking the food and breaking it down and making products out of it.
Some cells are the motility cells. Those are the cells that move the caterpillar around. The structures of like our highways with trucks and vehicles carrying materials all over the place, something like that.
Cells of the immune system are taking their job of protecting the system. Respiration system is making sure fresh oxygen is being delivered. So all the cells have jobs. The caterpillar's growing. If you were in there and a reporter, you look around going, yeah, the economy is going great guns. It's growing every day. Everybody's working, full employment. This is the kind of thing we love to see. How much are we growing every day? Some percent every day.
And then the caterpillar reaches a certain stage of growth. And at that stage of growth, it just stops eating. It can't take in anymore at this point. It's reaching a maximum size. Then if you're a cell inside that community, imagine what would happen. That you're on the job and all of a sudden there's less food coming in and you're a digestive cell and you say, well, man, the work is slowing down here. The factory is slowing down. Then all of a sudden it gets to such a low level that many cells get laid off of the job. Now their cell's not working. Why? There's not enough food coming in to keep them all working. And as the food shuts down, then the other jobs are affected, because if there's no food, then there's no energy, and all the systems start laying off cells. And pretty soon, there's massive chaos under the skin of a caterpillar. Why? The systems stop growing, the cells are out of work, nothing is evolving, and the thing is falling apart. If you were a cell in that caterpillar body at that time, you would look around and say, oh my God, our world is coming to an end. And yet, in the midst of those billions of cells,
In among them are other cells that are genetically identical to them, no different. But they think differently. They respond to the signals differently.
these cells have the interesting name called imaginal cells. And these imaginal cells come up with new visions. And what happens is, in the midst of all this chaos, when all the other cells are running around thinking the end of the world is coming, the new imaginal cells are laying out new ideas, new visions, a new plan, a new scheme, a new way of life. And around these ideas, the cells reorganize and they start to create new massive organizations to create something much more fabulous than the previous system. A system that is much more sustainable, a system with a higher level of evolution. And that system they're constructing called the butterfly. So there's a transition from an old world of caterpillar with an old belief system and an old way of life that was no longer sustainable.
And therefore, you have two choices in this world right now. You can retain your caterpillar status and go, oh my God, the sky is falling, and be in fear. Or you can say, the caterpillar is going, I want to build the butterfly. Why? Because if I become active and, positive in the process of building the butterfly, I'm engaged, I'm working, we're creating the future. If I sit there and bemoan the loss of the caterpillar, then I'm making myself sick and everything around me. Why? I'm not contributing to our evolution. And so, where are we? We're at the demise of the caterpillar stage of civilization and the rise of the butterfly.
Man, I've seen that video a few times, and it's really, let's not imagine anymore and start really making a difference, trying to make a difference together. So this is great. So we're gonna go into the round discussion, and we have some round table etiquette rules, if we can show those. We're here to create a warm space together. Just like those imaginal cells, we just work together. Like you can say, like scientists, we're trying to find the next level of our existence, and we're going to do it together. Everybody's so important. Everything that everybody says is so important, and we listen to what they have to say, because what they say could actually be something that jumps us forward, and what we say could jump us forward. Everything. We all work together, and there's no right or wrong answers. The truth's in the center of our connection. So we're going to go to our first question, and it's this. Let's draw a picture together, verbally and collectively, of what we want life together to look like. Okay, so let's add to each other. And the question is, again, let's draw a picture together, verbally and collectively, of what we want our life together to look like. And let's start with Linda.
Wasn't expecting to be called on first. Okay, let's draw a picture together, verbally and collectively, of what we want our life together to look like. I want our life to be peaceful, no more wars.
Me too. Gary?
Yeah. Our life together should be one where we celebrate diversity instead of destroying that which is different than us. We have to realize that everyone is different. Everyone has a purpose. There's a reason for the differences. There's a reason for the diversity, and it's to make a complete picture. And usually we try and destroy that which is different than us. But I'd like to see a society where we love the differences in each other.
Thanks, Gary. Marie, please.
Well, I was thinking that I would love to see all the nations in the, in our world come together to fight the all of the things that are destroying this planet. The rainforests are diminishing. We're losing species of animals. People don't have enough water to drink, and there's fires in California. It seems like no one is really focused on what we can do to save our planet.
That's so true. They're so focused on other things. Nina.
I would like everyone to, I would like to see a planet where everyone lives according to the principle of love your neighbor as yourself. I think that would resolve a lot of our problems, or all of them.
Yeah, let's find out what that means exactly. That would be great. Rono.
Yeah, it's a very interesting. I would hope for a less competitive world. I was watching the Olympics a few weeks ago, and it's sad that it's amazing what athletes can do, but it's also sad at the same time that there's only 3 winners. What happens to the other ones? Could we create some kind of sports events in which everyone wins something?
Yeah, that would be great. Paula.
I'd like to see a world where diversity is, as Gary said, celebrated and not, looked down upon.
Yeah, because no matter what, we're all different than each other. Let's start celebrating that. So true. Natalia?
People live in big groups, even if they have separate apartments, but they spend most of the time with the groups, and they belong to different groups, and they can always find something to do in big groups. The people have something to do together, be creative. They're never alone.
Yeah, I would love to see the, people being concerned about, really concerned about a better world for all of us, and not just concerned about, where the next dollar is going to come from.
You're muted, Carl.
My computer's playing tricks with me. Who do we have here? Alyssa, please.
Well, it's so interesting what you all were saying, and I was just envisioning, living in a world where you feel like you belong everywhere. Doesn't matter where you go, you are greeted like a member of a family. And and speaking about the Olympics, why don't we make our lives on this planet celebrate each other's life and be all of us winners, because we will be able to, to realize our best potentials. Each of us, doesn't matter what and where, it doesn't matter, but the main point that we're all winners and we are celebrating each other.
Thank you. Roberta.
I'll just continue what Lisa was saying. It's so true that we are all winners. We just don't express it to everybody, but we are all amazing people, all winners in itself. I think the problem is with media and stuff, everybody looks at what's happening there. I want to be like that. I want the 52-room house, 10 cars, the whole thing. But we're not looking at each other like we were saying before. Aliens look at us and they could see it from a different perspective. We have everything. We're great people. We're a great human race. And if everybody would just be like that, and lastly, just to add, I think it should start with a different educational system where children are really, with whatever their talents are, what they would like to do, instead of being in this 12 years in school and college and this, and they come out and they don't even know who they are. And that's where we came out and we're standing here now. Start giving kids their power back and keep their power. We lost it somewhere along the line. But a different education system, really appreciate our value of human beings, because we are amazing, truly.
We are, definitely. Dan?
Yeah, I'll kind of piggyback on Roberta. Our reward system is, this is what you get from it. Our reward system is, we are educated, that if you after kindergarten at least, that if you win, if you push people down or pull yourself up via them, use, exploit, you're rewarded. There's like 8 people that control half of the world's wealth. We rewarded them as a society for doing what we told them to do. So if we all of a sudden as society start to demand that these people do different things, because all they want is honor. That's all they want. They just want to be respected by society. That's why they keep chasing billions, right? Doesn't matter. They just want respect. So if we as society say to them and explain to them that we will reward you with this honor, but we want you to go and solve some things, they'll go and do it. They don't care. They don't care about money. It's obvious, right? They have lots of money. They can't fill them.
Great answers, everyone. Maureen put in the chat, let's remove political divisions. Yeah, it's so true. They, like some of you are saying, or all of us are really saying it, that the focus, the focus is not there. We're focused on something that's just getting us nowhere. So we really need that education. It's so good what all of you are saying. Let's keep it up. Linda, is there anyone from Facebook that has said anything?
Yeah, I've got one comment here from Miriam Poolster. Species may be going out of time, but that's evolution. I don't think anybody misses the mammoth.
Probably gave a lot of meat, if people eat meat. Okay. We're doing great on time. Let's move on to the second question.
Hey, Carl, maybe if we have some time left, maybe someone who doesn't have their camera on wants to add something. We have a few people without cameras on.
Okay, anyone? Mark, and tell us where you're from. David, if you'd like to add. Let's draw a picture together verbally and collectively of what we want our life together to look like. Okay, if not, we're going to move on to the second question. How can we work together toward a common goal, like cells in a body, like we saw in the video. We saw that as a civilization, we are at a demise. We're at the caterpillar stage right now. And we're about to turn into a butterfly. We saw how all the cells work together, the imaginal cells. And they support this evolutionary process that we're going through. So how can we, as a society, do the same as the imaginal cells? So the question again is, how can we work together towards a common goal, like cells in a body? And I think we're back to Linda.
Okay, well, the cells in the body each know what the other cells want or need. And so they give it to them. And they each have their own little individual things that they do. But they do it not for themselves, but for the next group of cells. And they help each other to form one human being. And if we could do that among our different countries, if we could all work together, see who needs what, instead of, fighting against each other, I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah, instead of how can I be the king? How can I get it all? So true. Gary.
Yeah, I think the key word here is towards a common goal. I think we have to figure out what our common goal is first, because humans have, for every human, there's a different goal, and if we saw the bigger picture, I think everyone would see that if they envisioned the entire planet as a body, the same way the cells in a body do, everybody would work for the betterment and for the health of that body. Right now, the planet and Earth and humanity is dying. It's in bad shape. It needs, but I think the goal needs to be to heal it, and to heal the people.
Thank you, Gary. Marie.
Well, this is a tough one. We're all definitely not in sync, not like nature. Everyone has their own agenda. Every country has its own agenda. Every big business has its own agenda. I mean, we see what's happening with Facebook. I just wish that once and for all, we can get rid of these conglomerates that just order our nation. I think, well, they say, trickle down and all of that stuff, but I really think it does have to come from the top in government, and they've got to do something about all of these organizations that don't put their money to any good. I mean, they just want to get richer and richer and richer.
So true. Nina.
Yeah, I'll just continue what Marie was talking about, like these organizations that have so much money, so much power, so much ability to do something good in the world, and they just take everything for themselves and corrupt. It's like it resembles a cell in the body that is a cancer cell, and it just takes for itself and doesn't give it to the other. It ultimately kills itself and the whole body. So we can use all of these things that we have already, the power, the money, the smarts, the technology. We can use them for a common benefit to make everyone happy. And so otherwise we're not going to survive together.
It's true. It's a known fact that you never see any butterflies around any of the political buildings or anything. I'm kidding. Rona.
Yeah, that was a good one, Carl. I was just wondering. I think the example of the body is probably the best thing. And if you look into nature, as far as looking for an example of how our society should be modeled, if you think about, for example, your own body, like let's say take the example of a healthy human body. The heart is the proudest organ in your body. It never stops working. Everything depends on it. It just knows that, and it keeps working according to the needs of the body. If you start working out, you need more oxygen, you need more nutrients in your muscles, then the heart will provide exactly what you need. It will work itself until the body is completely satisfied with everything. I'm guessing that a society in which we work for the benefit of others, it's a little too much to ask right now. At least we should start knowing that the pandemic has demonstrated that how connected we all are, and everything you do, every decision you make will impact everyone else on the planet, even if you don't know, someone will never meet in person. And so, how can we work together? We just have to understand that the decisions that I make, I have to include people in them, at least in my closest environment, work, family, neighborhood, at least that's a good start.
Thanks, Rona. Add to that, Paula.
I guess to piggyback off of that, I like what Rono said. I guess realizing that all of our decisions that we make affect everybody, and every decision has a ripple effect. Like, for example, whether we're going to wear a mask or not wear a mask, or get vaccinated or not. Every decision we make, affects everybody and everything around us.
That's so true. Natalia.
I thought I already did say something. I didn't. Okay, so we work together. We just try to work for the other's sake, not for ourselves. We always want to have result of our actions for others, and it make us proud. It would make us proud and happy. That's what I would like to say.
Thank you. And if we see the necessity for people to work together, and this is the way we have to do it, it'd be great to really find these people that really want to do it and really want to work together to get to this next level. And we're not going to find it watching the news or watching something in the media. So start really searching, and find these people that really want to work together. Roberta?
There's so much to add. Everybody's saying such great things. I was thinking everything is its own system. We think that we have a body and we're our own. But inside that, you have the cells that's working. Just picture if, let's say, the cells from like the heart said to the cells in the liver, you know what? I don't want to bother with you. Well, you die, right? It just shows how that's connected. My sister and brother-in-law had gotten COVID, and my niece, that whole side of the family. And I said to my sister, I said, look how connected we are. Somebody in Wuhan, we never even heard of, is now in Plainview, Long Island, and affecting her. And it just sees how we're all connected, whether it's the earth, whether it's the pandemic is right. We're connected in every single which way. We don't realize it, but the pandemic really did show us that something all the way over there is really, picture the earth as a body. So the right arm now affected the left arm. And that's the same with all of us. We just don't see that. And hopefully that change will come, that we will feel it more, that we do affect, even smiling at somebody. We had many things in open dining, just a smile affects people. So we affect everybody in every which way. And we are one single system on this earth. And without us all together, working together, we will die. And slowly but surely, we're going to get better though. Definitely. We have the desire.
Your smile affects us all, Roberta. Oh my God. All right. Dan.
Yeah, this is a pretty amazing conversation from everybody. I like the line about the heart is proud and the heart takes care of things, and the heart enjoys it. It's fun, right? If you look at the body and you take it apart to cells, it's called primordial goo. It's not an exciting life. That's why they got together and they made bodies, because now we can run and hug each other and do all these things. And to think that it's going to stop at that is crazy. That's not how nature works. It wants to continue, and it's fun to be in that type of system. There's a benefit to it. It's a fun, good life.
Wow, well said. Alyssa.
Oh, it's hard to add something, but it's great. I think we should envision ourselves like those imaginary cells that are they don't want to work, as it used to be, but they want to create something absolutely new. And as realization of that, how we affect each other, how we affect all of us, not those who are rich and those who are the power and government and all that. We are so interconnected, like Roberta was saying, not only on a physical plane, and microbes and viruses travel. They don't have space and time. They can reach us at any point, at any place, but it actually the same for our thoughts. And scientists are talking about that, how we treat each other, thinking about each other, what we wish for each other. We are all in this collective, whirlpool that creates our thoughts, that affects us. So it depends on each of us, on every little cell, like we just saw this video, this amazing part of this movie, how we affect each other. And so we should start really affecting each other for the betterment, for good.
All right, thank you. Linda, anything on Facebook? Okay, so Roberta, take it away.
Okay, so now we're going to get a chance to actually work together in something fun. We're going to show these aliens what we have here on Earth. It's called Open Diner Dance. We do it every week. Right now, it's going to be a time. We're going to have a lot of fun. Don't knock it till you try it. The way it works is going to be like follow the leader. This is a great example of what we're doing as we're working together, meaning we're going to have fun to the music. One person at a time is going to be displayed on the screen. When you come up on the screen, do a dance move, something with your arms is great. And everyone's going to copy your move. Okay. When you come up on the screen, again, do the same dance move, because I'm repeating the same line I'm supposed to read. Forget that, you're going to do your dance move. But when others are displayed on the screen, you follow their move. When it's your turn, a text box is going to come up on the screen. It's just telling you your spotlighted dance. Ignore it, don't read it, just means dance, something. Otherwise, you're going to miss your turn, and we don't want to have that. So let's loosen up, let's have some fun. This is a great way to connect with each other, and we had a very good topic this evening, so let's get a little loose. I think we could do some dancing, it'll make us all feel good. Carl's ready to stretch. Gary's taking his hair down. It's going to be wild. Let's hear some music. Ready?
Face after face, race after race, from one cage to another. Mask after mask, task after task, lost in the sands. Through you there's a cry, through you there's a light, a place to be discovered. Through you there's a way, together we pray to rise. To see the face of love through your eyes. Together as one, and now we rise. And every word an echo from the skies, breaking the walls, hearts unite. See a picture of me. Through you I find my flaws. Through there's a key, a place where we can open doors. Together we yearn, the fire it burns, a chance to feel alive. A song from the heart, singing that love will cover our crime. To see the face of love through your eyes. Together as one, and now we rise. And every word an echo from the sky, breaking the wall, hearts unite. To see the face of love through your eyes. Together as one, now we rise. And every word an echo from the sky, breaking the wall, hearts unite.
Oh, that was good, guys. I just looked out the window. I think I saw some UFOs. They're looking to come down. They see us connecting and all moving together. They think we've got it now. But thank you for everybody.
Tell them to come here.
Yeah, this is
Tell
fun.
them to come here, Roberta.
In Brooklyn? Nah, they're coming to Long Island.
I thought you were gonna say that they were all watching you dance.
They were. That's why I closed the shades. It's a privacy here. Okay. I'm gonna give it back to Carl.
All right. Thank you, everyone. That was great. All right. So we have a few minutes. Let's share impressions. Just a few sentences. Tell us one thing you learned tonight, something that impressed you the most, maybe from the video or something someone said during the round discussion. Anything that impressed you about tonight. I really liked how the spirit was really high tonight and people were smiling, and this is really what impressed me. Everybody wants a better world, and thank you everybody.
I really love what Dan said, the analogy that he gave. It was really different. So thank you.
Thanks, Marie. I love that the heart is proud that it takes care of others. I don't know. I like that. Thanks, Rona.
Yeah, I learned that we're being watched, so I should close the shades more often.
I think one thing I'm taking away is that if we all take care of each other instead of ourselves, our needs will be taken care of. We spend so much time trying to take care of ourselves, and we do a terrible job of it. But if everybody took care of each other, we wouldn't have any needs. And I think that'd be great.
I loved what everybody said tonight. And I think if we all took these impressions out there and kind of shared them with everybody else, maybe, just maybe, it would make a difference.
I can add to Linda, they always say by example, people follow you. So if we're happy and we talk of these things, not just talk about it or think about it, but actually be these things, even driving, someone cuts you off, or don't go crazy, or helping your neighbor, with the garbage. Hopefully it's not garbage night, but still the thought of helping people would be wonderful. And to actually implement in everyday life, that's what makes change, by example. And you guys have such great words of wisdom here tonight. I did learn a lot. We don't have enough time to go over, but thank you so much. It was good.
Yeah, so next time we can invite those aliens and they will tell us what's good, what's improved, what do they see really amazing happening on Earth.
I learned that we have some amazing dancers here. No. But also the part in the video where they talk about the imaginative cells, I think they were called. That was, I never heard of that before, but coming from scientists, and these are cells that while everyone else is scared and thinking that the world is coming to an end, these are the ones who are actually seeing the way forward and imagining a completely new life for everyone, and reminded me of us actually at the Open Diner.
And it looks like people do want the same thing mostly, and that material things are not the main source of happiness, but people just don't want to realize it. But somewhere inside they need it as much as everybody else.
Okay, I think that's, does anybody else have anything to add? Any more impressions? Anybody want to do another dance? Well, we don't have time. All right, I think it's Roberta. Roberta.
Yeah, back to me and to the end. That's not the good one, but thank everybody for joining and taking part tonight. This really was a good time. We talked about a lot of things in the beginning, and then we started actually implementing and having fun. It was great. So our tech team now put up, which I was going to get to, all the places you could follow us. We have Facebook, Meetup, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Like, share, subscribe, bring your friends. You can see all our past events on Facebook and YouTube. There's about 75, I think, now of them. All great topics, something you can definitely pick up and learn from. And make sure to hit the bell icon on Facebook to receive notifications about future events. You can RSVP for all our future events on Facebook and Meetup. Our next event, which is going to be great, is called You Matter. A possible consequence of living in the world today is feeling insignificant. Often people feel that they don't feel like they make a difference, and that can lead to feelings of depression and loneliness. We're going to talk about this next Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 Central Time. Bring your friends. I want to thank the host, Carl and Linda, and everybody that joined and spoke. And till next week. This was great, friends.
Thank you all so much.
Have a great week.
Have a good week.
Yeah. Watch out for those aliens.
Thank you.
Close your blind.
I'm watching you. What?
Yeah, befriend them. Bring them with you next time.
Exactly.
Yes, we want them here.
Imagine.
Bye.
We get some views then. All right. Have a great week, everybody.